Hey.
I miss you.
Hi, how we doing?
I'm good. I miss you, girl.
I miss you. It's been so long. These 14 days, it's a lot. I understand, but it's a
I
long
know, right?
14
I feel
days.
like forever.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm really happy because we had the Sharifa killed it last week. Oh my! I mean, not last week, last time. And
Yes.
now we have another dope feature lined up. So I'm hyped.
Yo, can't wait. Do you have like another device?
Another device? Why am I echoing?
Yeah.
I need to get a speaker. I'm playing it from the projector.
Oh, because I hear myself.
Okay, let me
Well,
fix
no,
it.
it got better now. It got better.
I'll fix it.
So what's good, y'all? Welcome to Virtual Voices. This is our third Friday of the month event. I'm super excited. Like Leah V said, she mentioned we have a really dope feature tonight. So he's a very good friend of ours. He's a friend of the J Rose Experience. He was actually on the very first episode of the J Rose Experience.
Was it? I knew he was early on. I didn't know he was the very first episode.
Yes.
Oh, special night, y'all.
Yes. So let's get it. Let's get right into it. We got people popping in backstage, so we want to let's get the show on the road so that we can add them into the screen.
Yes. We love to see it. We have Mike G. We've got some Carla. We've got some B. We've got a little this, a little that. It's gonna be a magical evening. I feel it in my bones, y'all. What a journey we're about to embark on. I hope you guys are ready to embark on a journey.
Facts. Super facts. All right, so you got the rules and regulations.
I does. I was just trying to connect so I'm not echoing in your face. Hold on 1 second. Well, the first rule and regulation, I can start off with that by telling you that sorry, I'm trying to get connected so that I can get this.
You see how she's stalling though, right? She's talking mad slow. But
I think we're good.
Yeah, you connected, mommy.
Okay, I think we're good. All right, y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you, baby.
Now I have a delay over here. What's going on? All right, I'm just going to go through these rules and regulations and we'll take it from there. So, how we feeling, party people? It's Friday night and we feeling right. Virtual Voices, Leah V in the place to be, and J Rose, cuz you already know. No, Jay, you're still not allowed to say it. We're still trying to get it set in there.
I need cue cards. Part of the process. I need somebody. I need people standing in front of me.
Oh no, my service is getting choppy over here.
Yeah, so you like paranormal activity.
Wait, what happened?
You did like a move, like paranormal activity, like you were close and then you were far, like it was like mad quick. I see you're freezing up. So I guess I'm gonna go into the rules and regulations because I guess the internet is acting up. You already know when the weather gets choppy, I feel like my Wi-Fi just be acting up too. So I'm not, Leah's not the only one. But I know that the first rule is that it is 5 minutes of stage time. We have it when we have a short list. You definitely can have maybe like a little bit more of a minute extra. So, but as long as time allows, we could do a second round depending on how timing is. So if you go on the first round and you want to stick around because we're going to have a second round, you can either watch on Facebook or YouTube and we'll call you back into the StreamYard so that you can join. Leah V, her Wi-Fi is acting up. Oh no. when we say on deck, that means that you are after the next person. So that is your signal to get ready. So if you have to read something, get your phone out, get your book out. If you have music, get your music ready, because you are coming up after the next person when we call you on deck. Okay. There's definitely more rules, but see, like, this is Leah's thing, so I'm kind of lost right now. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, I'm really excited about the Everyday Bite, who is gonna be our feature performer tonight. He is a very good friend of ours, a close friend of the J Rose Experience. He was actually interviewed in the first season. He was in the first episode of the J Rose Experience. So he's just, day one type of person. So I'm really, really, really excited for him to pull up and do his thing. He is phenomenal. If you guys don't know who he is, please stick around so you can see him. If you're tuning in on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you share, so you can let everybody know what's going on, so they can tune in and watch. If you are watching and you want to perform and you didn't register, just drop a mic in the comments. I will gladly slide into your DMs and send you the link so that you can join us in the studio. If the studio is full, don't worry. We will still check you in. Just tune in on Facebook or YouTube, and we will make sure that you
Anything. Wait, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Hi. So, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I had to put you. It wasn't working on the Bluetooth.
Okay. Can you hear me though?
Yes, I can.
All right. So I went over the time. I went over the share on YouTube and Facebook. I went over the on deck.
Oh, so you've been Adams. You've been Adams.
Yes. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you follow the Rose Garden events. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you drop a comment or a like if you really enjoy the show. And make sure I will be posting people's social media information and Cash App. So please make sure that you follow and connect with each other. If you got a little extra change, send a tip. We were never going to say no to sending a tip, either to the platform or to the artist, whatever you like, however you want. I know I missed a few rules, so
that was good though. That was good. I appreciate the subbing. Thank you. Jay and I've been doing this for a few months now, so we got our things that we do every week, like our little habituals. But the idea is that teamwork makes the dream work, and that's what we doing every weekend. Virtual Voices, 8:00, and the place to be with Leah V. Anyway, moving on. It's a safe space. We got the 5 minutes per performer. We got the make sure you follow one another. We got the interact on Facebook and YouTube. We got that, throw some love in with the monies for the Cash Apps and the Venmos. And of course, we always appreciate you showing love to the suggested donation on Eventbrite for when you sign up, because that money goes directly to the show, to our features, our artists, and that means a lot to us as well. So we're going to keep it moving and grooving. Oh, yes, share the Facebook video to your page. She went over the diggity deck. So I think we're good. I think we're good to go. I think we're ready to flow and grow. And so let's do it.
Yes, let's get it. I know we usually set it off, so are you down for a little bit of that?
Sure. Yeah, I can do a little something. I don't know. I can't decide what I'm feeling yet, though.
All right. I mean, I'll read something if you wanna.
Yeah. So let's have Miss J Rose bless the microphone so this rose garden can continue to grow.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do this piece. It's titled From Root to Split End. It's been a while since I did this piece. So I hope y'all like it. Twisting my curls between his index and middle finger, staring with admiration, he whispers, I love your hair. It has so much history. Pulls me in closer as I slip into a trance, sinking into the depths of his words. So much history. But my history is buried deep, deep into the root of every curl, twisted like the past that undoubtedly resides in my double helix. A tangible biography embedded in every strand, telling torn stories of my ancestors from root to split end. My appearance, the blueprint of spilled Taino blood and the saliva of ghostly conquistadores. Hair texture, eye color, complexion, all proof of the encroachment of el puerto de mi matriz rico, the port of my rich womb. Diluted sweet seeds planted into the fruitful wombs of my ancestors, giving birth to what is now a perpetual fight for existence and ongoing battle for acceptance. Like, where do I fit in? Too curly and tan for the white people, but not enough for the Afro-Latinos. I love to say that my curls are the most rambunctious crown I've ever worn, but I didn't always love wearing it, you see. Shame took the wheel and drove me to resentment, embarrassed of how big and wild it looked. Hating how a simple comb was my most feared nemesis. At times, I felt defeated by its tangled mess. Like, how am I supposed to tame this? Until there's a job interview or special occasion, they desiccate these pharaoh locks. And although they submit to the heat, these wandering warriors don't go down without a fight. Just like the perpetual fight between my eternal reflection and my compromised lineage, you see, my history is buried too deep, so I keep digging for what feels like decades. Hands cold and bitter from the blood-stained soil, but I keep digging for a purpose. I keep digging for an identity, and all that's left are gentrified fingerprints covered in my ancestors' broken dreams. Who am I? Where do I come from? Knowledge of self. How will I ever know of the indigenous queen I was meant to be if our school books tell romanticized stories of false heroes from a Western world? Where are the stories of those that grew from the soil, those that treated the land like the goddess of life? Where are those stories? I'll tell you where they are. They're in you, and in you, and in you. They're in me. Yeah.
That got me this week. That one got me this week.
Thank you
for doing that. It's like you don't know you need it till you hear it. That was really good, Jay.
Thank you. Love you. It's been a while.
That was great. That was great. Y'all give it up for the co-hostess with the mostest, Miss J Rose.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, look at the beautiful people we got in the building so far. Guys, make sure you get on Facebook and share the videos to your page. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Tell everybody to drop a mic in the comments if they want to perform. We have some great people getting in the building. We have a great feature, a lot of fun things coming up. How y'all feeling tonight? Everybody in the room. How's everybody doing?
Yay!
Excited.
Great.
Good. This is what we like to hear. This is what we like to hear. Did anybody have anything good for dinner?
I had wings.
You had wings? Of course you had wings. I'm not surprised.
I love
I had homemade pizza where I had this Japanese squash made to dough, and I had sausage and cheese on top.
Oh, you fancy.
Wow.
Okay, AC. Tell us how you
It was
really
good. It was good.
about your
AC is fancy.
Yeah, AC is fancy. Look, Jay, look at you rhyming.
Stages.
Guys, I hope you all have. Do you all see my shirt this evening? You know, we scoring that exclusive. That I'm in such a little space. I want to turn around to show you the back, but I'm so tight right now.
And she's mad small too. Look at her. Yay.
Oh wow.
I just wanted to make sure everybody saw. That's loyalty right there.
You look good, girl. You look good.
My sis Aitza's here. My sister's here. She wants a shirt.
Hey, sis.
I want a shirt. we gotta get another sister on game with us.
I love her. She's like my most biggest fan.
I love her.
I know. That's actually the only reason she watches every week with me. She really just wants to see J Rock. She's like, I live with you. I'm tired of you.
Yeah, you're old news. She's like, I changed it directly.
Yeah, she's over it. No. Okay. Party people, how we feeling?
Let's get it.
Good,
You got something
yeah.
for us? You got something for us?
Oh yeah, I can do a little something. You know, a couple weeks ago I did that toxic relationship poem, and the one that was like kind of short, and I really felt that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it too.
All right. So Mike G, tuning in from Texas. You are on deck. So get ready because we're about to hear you. But for now, give it up for our hostess with the mostest, Miss Leah B, in the place to be.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for that introduction. I really do appreciate it. All right, so yeah, you know, I'm feeling good. I had a good week, and I'm gonna do some really depressing poetry because what better way to finish the week? But actually, I think it's a beautiful thing when you've evolved enough as an artist where you can dig into that trauma bag or whatever you call it, and take out some of that pain and get into it for the sake of the words and the performance, and really feel that, and then be done with the performance and put it away. And I think it's a beautiful thing when you don't get stuck up in that pain, and you can actually just appreciate it as a memory that you feel, you know. So without further ado, this piece is called To the Tailor. But must I seem scattered for you to tend to me? Seem stripped, unshaken for you to take this heed? Torn up for you to flee street scenes, to beat these demons tenderly? To medicinal me? Tumbles along words for you to weave me through, black and saltwater streams for a mere taste of you, threaten a fuse for a mere glimpse of you, send metal ultimatums just to avoid the truth, which is that shit, I'm better when busted, baby, more desirable when destructive faintly. Unfairness in forms of tantrums and storms of self-loathing and tainted additive norms. Sad little songs, lacking count, and will you lay under me with blood on the towel? Arms full of curls when the texture runs coarse, mouth full of I fucked up my words when the arms full of curls when the texture runs coarse. Vocal codes when it's already moist. Let me run that back.
Yes, I love it. Run that back.
All right. But will you lay under me with blood on the towel? Palms full of curls when the texture runs coarse. When it almost. I don't know. I'm obviously not feeling this poem this evening. I think I'm in too good of a place right now to get back into that bag. So how about we get back into something later? I was going to do something when the rest of my familia came downstairs.
Okay. I was feeling that, but listen, the piece wasn't ready. Sometimes the poem isn't ready. Guys, I got my couch.
I heard something going on upstairs. You know when you're reciting something you remember and then you hear something else going on? I have my nephews here, and they just recently started staying at the house again after months. So and sometimes I'm not at the house when they're at the house. So I hear their feet pitter pattering. No. I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're doing.
See, I'm a mom, so like noise like that, I can easily tune it out. I'm like, listen, as long as nobody's crying, I'm fine.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just excited to have them here. It's nice to have a full house of people, you know?
I know. All right, well, let's keep it moving and grooving.
Yeah, let's keep it moving and grooving. It's looking like
on deck. Who we got on deck?
We got Carla Cherry on deck. Ooh, what a name! What a name! But
Yes.
coming to the mic right now. He's gonna come bless us with some spoken word. Let's give it up for Mike G.
Yay.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing great.
Fine.
Doing great, Mike.
I'm coming to you from Dallas, Texas, and just Googling it, I found you, and I'm glad I did. So,
Yay.
this piece is short, and I've already signed up for Sunday night's erotic
Yeah.
mic. So there you go. It's titled "Every Day." If I could capture a rainbow, I'd wrap you in my favorite colors and paint you perfect. And if you truly knew you the way I do, you'd know why I'd get down on my hands and knees, reach inside my soul, gather moonbeams and starlight, arrange them in a beautiful bouquet, place them at your feet and say, I grew those for you. And every day, all I do is think of ways to do and say more than I did the day before to tell you how much I miss you. And right now, all I want to do, all I ever want to do is to taste you Tuesday, wake you Wednesday, quench your Thursdays till Friday, then sit Saturday, sipping your Sundays till Monday. You see, I just want to love you daily. I want you to get sprung in the spring, sizzle in the summer, feast on me falling, calling as you and I anticipate the autumn and get buck wild below the waist in winter, because my love is all the seasons you'll need. I want you to go crazy as I slide off your January, pull down your February, March, right between your Aprils as May becomes June, and your July lays naked in the August of my September until you remember that October was when my naughty November eased inside your delicious December. Listen, all I'm trying to say is I want to love you every day.
Ooh, yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Right. Do you have another piece for us? You got some time.
That was some
I
fire, yeah.
All right, so I'm
Yes.
Yeah, you got some time.
all right, well, okay, here we go.
Yeah, we love to see it.
All right. This piece is for my mom, and it's just like you, Leah. I'm gonna tap into that trauma side. It's called Bastard. You said I was born a bastard. That's what you told me, Mama. Dark moon of your nightmare, half and half, but not whole of a sum from a story retold over and over again from the center of my soul. I was just 3 minutes removed from being torn from the uterus of then, back when the sun turned its back and shadows cried. And even though just a seed, I could still feel you bleed from daddy's dirty deed, but he was the bastard, Mama, not me. I remember swimming inside you as you lay near death. And when you were well enough to feel my movement, your anger and resentment rumbled like thunder. And I wondered how much longer I had to be before you got rid of me. And even though an unwanted fetus, I knew who I was, Mama. Your son, the unchosen one. But in the ovum of that moment, I felt you concede my existence, no longer resisting the urge to murder the unborn metaphor and leave me lying in a pool of aborted promises. And that day was the day I learned to escape danger by dodging coat hangers, jabbing with the anger of the desperate stranger you'd become. That day I felt you scraping and screaming as you swung to be free of me, and you almost did, Mama, but I hung on, clinging to your womb like a dangling participle, clutching a poem yet written. I survived, Mama. I survived to prove that the statistics just don't fit, and I ain't nobody's damn misfit, and I can still hear you screaming, boy, you ain't gonna be shit. But I am. And I will no longer be a pun for food stamps or income tax, because I am more than that. I am more. I am more than just sperm jettisoned from the tomb of my father's already limp affections. I am more than that. I am more. And I wish you loved me like I loved you. I wish you'd love me like I loved you. I loved you, Mama. Still, you said I was born a bastard. So this poem is for all those times you beat me for looking like him. And this line is the tie that binds me to the umbilical of those moments where you made me feel like a weed without roots at the foot of an empty family tree. There was no one there, just me, but I am not like my father, Mama. I am living proof that flowers can bloom from deceit. I am not like my father, Mama, Because 1% of you inside me is the reason why I believe in weed. Come a long way from belt buckles and criticism. And I just want you to know that all the love I ever knew grew to create me from you. And I'm going to take all this power and all this rage, leave my heart and soul on this wonderful Rose Garden stage for you, because I am not a bastard, mama. I'm a poet. I'm a man. I made it. And one day, my metaphors will open up heaven's doors and leave cupress across the sky. And that day, that glorious, wonderful day, you and I will soar. Happy Mother's Day, mama.
Yes.
Amen.
Wow.
Yes. That's how we said it. Oh, that was amazing. Mike G, you know what? I'm happy you Googled it too, Mike G.
Shout out to Google.
Shout out to Google. We should get some pay for this, but we'll talk about that later for giving out free promo. No, but that was beautiful. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you for blessing us, Mike.
Yes, so powerful. I love it. Yes, make sure you guys follow Mike G. He's got the gram. He's got some cash apps. Connect with him. He's out in Dallas, Texas. Don't worry, I'm gonna come to Texas and I'm gonna do it up out there in the poetry scene. So don't worry, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I would love to check out the Texas poetry scene once the smoke clears, if you will.
Yes.
Definitely down to do that. All right, so now that we planned the road trip, Mike G, we hope you'll stick around. We hope you will come back to one of the next sessions. We hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for blessing us. But in the meantime, we're going to keep it moving and grooving. Virtual Voices, Friday night, 8 p.m., live from your living room or wherever you may choose to be. On the
live from my new couch. I got my couch.
Oh, yeah, Jay's live from her new couch. It's a party. It's a party. I feel like the Virtual Voices family has really seen this transformation of your basement with you.
Yes, they have.
So since it's been like a couple of months now, we know when it started.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing, but that's what family is all about. All right, so we've got Veronica B Sings and Things on Diggity Deck, but coming to the mic right now. Let's put our virtual and our real palms together for Carla Cherry.
Yes! From the BX.
Oh, yeah, BX.
Thank you so much. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we hear.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm a poem called Flourish. Sometimes while I walk down my block, I hear somebody say, "Damn, what is that smell?" Sometimes somebody steps on ginkgo biloba seeds. Orange, round like cherries, smell like rotten peaches. Ginkgo biloba grows full in the northern sun, inhales pollution, exhales fresh air, unbothered by winter's rock salt. Ginkgo biloba have leaves like fans, and if you're born here, you rep for your city. Where I'm from, we cross our arms for the Bronx. We love our fireworks in July, but baby, we got nothing on the arboreal explosion of yellow every autumn. The ginkgo biloba thrives in tight spaces, resists disease, and when it comes to soil type, it isn't fussy. It's just like those of us who grew up shoulder to shoulder, apartment buildings, shared walls storming with congas and R&B bass, who ride racing iron horses over spit-out sunflower seeds, coffee cups stashed under the seats, copies of AM New York left on top, 5 million pairs of hands on poles, coughing and sneezing outside the elbow, cigarette breath and smoky clothing, wide hips and or man-spreading, legs tight against yours, because God knows we're all tired and need a seat. An open book or a phone are the best targets for your eyes. And if you're still on after 10 p.m., you better move if you see somebody tumbling and bent over at the waist. Urban planners recommend the male ginkgo bilobas to avoid the slime of stepped-on female seeds. But where I live in the Bronx, our concrete and streets ain't just for sneakers. High heels, open-toe sandals, jellies, they got you. Buildings stand up to the bounce of Big Ma, Abuela, aunties calling us to come back upstairs. Clothing racks on Fordham Road crammed with dresses and leggings, built to hug the brown and black body positive. Why should we experience beauty in life without the mess that comes with being female? I once bled onto the seat of a taxi cab when my fibroids were at their worst and my pad overflowed, but you should meet my son. A 6-foot vessel of golden brown skin, light, compassion, and poetry. He is my sun, my shade when I am joyful, and my shelter on the sad days.
Ooh, sis.
Wow.
Oh, I love that.
You just
Thank
like
you.
painted such a picture and took me on such a journey. That was dope.
We have some. I've been really moved, and there's only been 2 people so far. I'm feeling a lot of things very early on in the evening. No, thank you, Miss Carla Terry. That was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, of course, for being with us, Virtual Voices, every Friday night. We appreciate you. Y'all make sure you follow Carla. You see down below. I know I popped out for the rules and regulations, but as I'm sure it was said, it's very important that we continue to follow one another, like one another's posts, share one another's work, listen to one another's albums, purchase each other's products if you can. It's really important, especially while we navigate this very strange new existence, that we all connect to keep the community expanding and, of course, moving and grooving. And you got to move and groove, you got to connect. So speaking on the topic of moving and grooving, I think that is what we shall do. It's looking like we got AC Lightning on Diggity Deck, but blessing the mic right now. Let's give it up for Veronica B. Sings and Things.
Hey, hey girl.
Hey, oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm excited to be here and performing for y'all once again.
We love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. So tonight I'm going to perform an original song called My Life's Dream. It is on the EP that I just released this past July. The EP is called You Are So Pretty, and it's pretty much on all streaming platforms. But without further ado, I'll get right to the song. Looking up to the stars at night made me realize what I've been missing this whole time. It's better than I imagined. Just let me stay here. There's no way I'm going back. My life's dream is to have these moments that matter so much. My life's dream is to be with these people, just laughing and having a good time, where everything goes right. I'm kissing the past goodbye while the future leads me on to a place that I know I'll get to someday. When I'm ready, even though I think I've been ready for the longest time to fulfill my only dream. My life's dream is to have these moments that matter so much. My life's dream is to be with these people, just laughing and having a good time, where everything goes right. How lucky I am, I'm so thankful, 'cause not everyone has what I got. There's no need for any fancy things to be happy. All I really need are these moments. Yeah.
Yes, Veronica.
Yay, thank you.
A live audience over here loved it. And we were trying to figure out at first if you were playing the keys right in front of us. And you were, right?
Yeah, that's why I messed up at the end.
Nobody noticed you messed up.
that.
I was like, I think she's playing, but it was so flawless. That was absolutely beautiful. You always just like really uplift everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pop up, V.
And I love that you share your original work with us. Like, because it's so easily to get lost in your voice, and when you really pay attention to the lyrics, especially as we got some writers in the building, it's we appreciate the lyricism. That was great.
Yes, that was dope. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving. Who we got coming up?
Let's see. In the place to be with Leah V and J Rose, because you already know. I gotta give a special shout out to my nibbling who are in the building. Did you guys know that nibbling is the gender neutral term for niece or nephew?
What? No, did not know that.
Well, so I get this word of the day, of course, sent to my email that I study very closely. And one day, nibbling popped up in my email address, and I told my nephews, and they thought it was so funny. So now every time I see them, I'm like, "What up, Nibs?"
You're that aunt, aren't you? You're that aunt.
I am indeed that aunt. My version of babysitting them when they were young was just letting them do whatever they want. And like buying them lots of food and candy. It was awful. It was awful. But looking back on it, I'm like, what was this? Anyway. All right, but that's not what tonight's about. We're going to keep it moving and grooving. We've got Corey Riots, not to be confused with Corey Riots in the building. but coming to the mic right now, we got to give it up for our guy, the 2020 graduate, the one, our frequent flyer, Mr. AC Lightning.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Yeah. Oh,
What's up, Maverick?
Oh, yeah. This is dope. Yeah, homeboy, I'm a savage. That's how we do. I guess because you guys are fam and y'all some dope people.
Oh,
I'm gonna do an exclusive.
Oh shit! Exclusive.
So some of y'all know that I'm a poet, I'm a filmmaker, and I'm a rapper. I also got some bars too, so we're gonna jump into it.
Yeah.
Can you hear that? Life has ways to make the days look so appealing. They trap you in and only get you up in this position. They have your mind racing with all different kind of questions. They wonder why people out here dying. I gotta be honest while I talk about my problems. I say that I'm strong, at times I don't got them. I wanna be bulletproof, walking through Harlem while fighting these villains up like Batman Gotham. And people get me flaky, they won't let me be. The way they try to hold me got me going crazy. I wanna be free, you hold it on tight. Lately, haven't been acting like the real me, and that's just what it is, and that's just real life. I'm trying to live through this whole entire dog fight. I'll play when it comes to these females. You wonder why I'ma go into details. I've been rejected, underestimated, underappreciated. I got jaded, I don't care what you say. It's about time I talk about my feelings, and when I tell the truth, these girls gonna get heated. undefeated. I blew off on you, MJ just beat it. I'm sick and tired looking like I've been defeated. Ain't your day that I go through the struggle, so I'm find a lot to do when I'm actually in trouble. I pose for the cannon, but it ain't picture perfect. You wanna see my life? Look into my curtain, you see all the pitfalls and the trials that I've been through. And since you don't know me good, let me walk in my shoes. And through it all, yeah, I still gotta thank God. Don't got a lot, I got food on my table. And God was standing with me when it really got hard. And even in my struggles, I still got me grateful. And folks in my head, yo, they tryna make me doubt I was really gonna do it when God got me out. And that's the one thing that I took to be lesson. You go through the trials, and you go get your blessings. Even at times I don't feel so phenomenal. Looking up to God, feeling like it's impossible. Going through my mind, I try to sound so cynical. This is my story, I'm telling you my chronicles. It's not always gonna be rainbows or miracles. It's honesty with this whole self-loathing. In the booth, talking to God like a confession. I wanna welcome you to rehabilitation.
Whoa, AC, where do you get your beats from?
I know a few places, you know? I know a few
I really like
places.
the flow of that one. I really like the flow of that. It was very upbeat, like.
But that's a new song that's gonna be out pretty soon. I'm gonna I know I'm a rapper. I've been putting out songs and stuff like that for a minute. November 13th, that's like the aim date. That's the date that I'm aiming for. I'm dropping an EP, and that.
Wait,
that's
what was the date again?
November 13th.
November 13th. Folks, Matt, mark your calendars. He said November 13th.
So that song's gonna be on the EP along with a few other songs. I have an event tomorrow. I'm a part of this event tomorrow called Poets versus Motivators.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
So I'm one of the poets that's on that lineup, and you know, I bring my A game. That's
Yes,
gonna be on Facebook
represent.
as well. That's gonna be on Facebook as well. So definitely tune in. It starts at 7. I go up like at 8 o'clock, I think. So you know, and
Dope.
yeah. And I got Burke. I got Burke. And y'all can
Word,
follow
let
me.
let me get my Maverick shirt. I
Yes.
didn't even think to wear it tonight. I played myself. I wear it for the next Virtual Voices.
Yeah, November 13th, EP dropping. So yeah.
Bet.
All right, you heard it here. You heard it here from our guy AC. That's one of our frequent flyers, as Jake likes to call them. You know, frequent flyers, somebody who frequently flies with us, because we call it flying because it is a journey. It is a majestic carpet ride that we take digitally, virtually, together along these airwaves of the interwebs. That's why we're all able to be here this evening. I see you laughing in the corner over there. All right, but let's keep it moving and grooving and flowing and growing. It has been a magical evening so far. It's raining outside, but it is not raining in it here. It is quite warm. We've had lots of emotions and magical voices thus far. We've got the one and only is this a new name? Borgen Finer Dark Magic. Has that always been there like that?
No. He changed up the name tonight. You see, he's got like his whole like Harry Potter wizard shit going now. Like,
call it that.
I'm feeling the look, Balin. I'm feeling the
Wait,
look.
where'd the candle go, Balin? I liked the candle.
Ooh.
Whoa! Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right, so that was just a preview of what's to come. Our guys on deck, butts coming to the mic right now. Let's put our palms together for Corey Ryan.
Hey!
What's going on?
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? It's cool. So I want to, I guess, add on to the emotion you was talking about. I got this piece, right? And it's about my mother. And I basically kind of, elaborate on like addictions and a lot of things that we face at home, like how it starts from home, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So this is called Sober Heart. Mama, I said, okay, just forget it. It's fine. And if it's anybody's fault, then I get it. It's mine. So I'm not trying to blame you for these obstacles. I know that I'm a grown man, which means I'm now responsible. That's why I walked this path to change my life entirely. And my struggles with sobriety and my failed attempts to practice it. I wrestled with my conscience just to make it off those mattresses, defeated by those whispers that came from the liquor cabinet. So I came into terms that day to day I had to take this slow and give myself some distance just so I can have the space to grow. But Mama, you like to call me when you get tipsy. Then you make me feel guilty by telling me that you miss me. But it's hard to receive that when your words are so mixed up. I love you sounds distorted when you slur with those hiccups, and the power of your voice can lock my soul in the figure four that makes me feel like I need something cold from the liquor store. I finally quit, but still confused in some ways. This is a battle I've been losing since my puberty stage. And now I am an adult who recognizes that this inner beast had me confused and going numb with having inner peace. And every time that drunk Corey asked for a refill, he'd go destroy the shit that sober Corey had to rebuild. See, Ma, sometimes it's hard for me to say just how I feel. When I try, you hide behind that E&J like it's a shield. And when I couldn't reach you, it just made life harder. So I kept drinking till the whiskey starts to taste like water. And that's when it became too difficult to focus on sobriety while fighting with depression and anxiety. See, alcohol rewired me. It left my reflection in the mirror distorted. It's supposed to take the edge off. It was pushing me towards it, which made it easier to imitate my mama's movements, which birthed a raging alcoholic from an honor student. We sent a junkie to go walk in the store because we were 10th graders. They was going to card us for sure. And we kept starving for more to the point that we can't stand straight on those stairways, learning gang signs and handshakes. Come home to see Mama defeated in battle. Stare at the wall and I could see her demons feast on her shadow. When it was too much to swallow, I would go sit on the porch because Mama picks up the bottle before she'll pick up a fork. But I would rush to her rescue when she was under attack as I stood next to her over the toilet, rubbing her back, seeing Miles the boogeyman wasn't a creep or a creature. It was that fifth of E&J she had to keep in the freezer. It felt like every other night she tried to kick my ass out because both of our demons couldn't fit inside her glass house. She'd be drunk and passed out. That's when I snuck in the freezer to grab it. Now, to this day, I battle with her habits. Thought I could handle this myself. I didn't go to preachers. Never talked to guidance counselors. Never spoke to teachers. I was always my mother's man. I was supposed to reach her. So when I couldn't, I didn't care to be sober either. My apologies to her ex. We used to call him Red. Mama would take a shot, call me names, and crawl in bed. And I'd be drunk in my feelings, so all I saw was red. I couldn't hit her, so I was swinging at his jaw instead. So by the time that I had turned 18, my PO sent me to the program like I was a straight fiend. And although substance abuse counselors would always say things, but every time they spoke, I'd stare out the window and daydream. They always tried to stress the importance within the 12 steps. But all I had were weak excuses for my failed tests. They said, go speak to your sponsor regarding liquor. And I'm like, what's the point? I live with my mama and she's my trigger. What was I supposed to do? Cut her off and say to hell with her? I was a mama's boy. I'd rather stay in hell with her. And now my cheeks are covered in tears because daddy's dead and I haven't smiled at my mother in years. So nowadays I do my best to apply the lessons that I've learned before some woman says she's pregnant and it's my turn. So I'm not saying this with hopes of what I say hurts her. I was the one who took her side in front of caseworkers. I had forgiven her for all that she did wrong to me. Even forgave her for the times that she had called police. I love her more than life itself. Why can't she see that? I always answered her call, even when it made me relapse, because she's my superhero in spite of the pain. Now, mama made those silly faces when my diaper was changed, and my stomach was always full from the meals that my mama made. She made those payments bi-weekly so that my bond was paid. So look, I'm not trying to stay away so I can keep my distance. I'm trying to change my life so one day I can see a difference. Because if I actually do it, maybe you'll follow suit and I'll give you a reason why you would put down the bottle too. There is a way out of this. I could prove it, mama. One of us got to go first. Fuck it. I'll do the honors. That's it.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
That was absolutely amazing. And that was like, shit, I was it was like chapters. I felt like it was like chapters of a story. Like it's like it started here and then we got to summer. I was like, oh, now we're here in his life. Like that was skillful. Thank you for that.
I appreciate that so much.
I was muted, but I said you had bars.
Thank y'all
Yeah.
so much.
The Nibs loved it. The Nibs loved it. We had some comments in here before. Those are my nephews. The Nibs, they loved it.
Appreciate it. Bro.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Am I like I'm bugging here? My computer's acting up. Anyway, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm telling you, it's weird times with all this crazy weather. I think we're a little paranoid that shits are gonna go out again any minute.
Don't say that.
Okay, knock on wood, knock on wood. We're gonna keep it moving and grooving though. Let's see who's on Ziggity Deck. It's been a majestic evening so far. Oh, our returning contender, our guy Blue Flames the poet. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Hey.
Yeah, Blue Flames on deck, but coming to the mic right now. He's a poet, he's a magician, he's an artist of all kinds. We love to see him, and I cannot wait to see what he's got on the agenda this evening. It's looking like it's going to be a great time. So let's bring it to the digital stage. Borgen's Fine Dark Magics. Or Balin. Sorry, did I mess that up, Balin?
No, you got it. All right. Good evening, guys. I'm going to monkey with this here. This is not. There we go. Oh, well. All right. Well, I brought something a little bit different today. This is, for those of you who don't know, I have 3 different magic shows, and Borgen's Fine Dark Magic is it's an acquired taste, but I think it's suited to this time of year. So we're going to do a little bit of dark magic tonight. Usually we take this in the form of an auction with a few people standing around my table, but tonight, under circumstances outside of everyone's control, we're all on the internet. So I'm going to start with my first item here. And this is a Hand of Glory. Those who don't know, a Hand of Glory is good for thieving and sneaking about. I'll show you. Looks rather bland as it is, but add a candle, you'll see the light start to fade until only the holder can see the light. Good for thieving and sneaking about in the night. For those of you with gold in your pocket, send me a PM if you'd like to send several gold coins my way, and you can pick up the Hand of Glory. Now, I want to do something else, and for this, we need someone who's a little bit braver and perhaps who has a little bit of anger or angst in their heart. We're going to make a curse. And all I need is the name.
I've got my nephews here.
Oh yeah, all right. So, one of you all give me a name, someone you don't like. We don't want to curse them with identity theft, so just first name will do today.
My nephew Matthew says that the person's name is Jonathan.
Jonathan. All right. Well, we're going to set this up. We're going to consecrate the altar here. I have the purba, which is used in East Indian traditions. And now we just need the quill here. We need a little bit of sealing wax. And now our paper. He says the name is Jonathan, you said, sir.
Yes.
He said
All
yes.
right. Well, first, let's write down that name.
Oh wow. He legit has a pen and ink.
And all of these, this is prop master right now.
Oh,
I'm scared just like looking at this screen right now. I don't even know what's going on.
All right. We have our name. And now we make some offerings. The Scythe of Santa Muerte.
Oh. Are you guys watching? They're into it.
For the Scythe of Azrael.
Ooh!
What?
And for the Baron.
Ooh.
All right.
I'm scared.
And there you have it, sir. Now I would request to you that you send me a few coins my way on we usually take gold galleons, but today we're going to take PayPal. And just remember that it could just as easily be your name in the middle.
Ooh!
Ooh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to seal this with wax, and I'll show it to you when it's done. But I know this is a little bit different than the ordinary affair, but I hope you all have a blessed Halloween. And for those of you who celebrate Dia las Muertas, the Day of the Dead, hope you feel close to your family and relatives. And I'll be back with round 2 for a couple of poems, if that's all right.
Yes!
Yes, of course.
Wait, but he dead ass has like the wax seal thing and like an ink blot, ink bottle. Like, you're legit, Balin.
Balin, he's every time he's here, it's such an experience. It's like our performance got 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes, I just feel like I experienced a whole another movie. I like we just like hopped in a little time machine and went to a place I've never even read about, and then came right back to Virtual Voices. So thank you for that, Balin. We appreciate you being here with us every time you're here with us, truly. If you guys can stick around, we always try to make time for round 2. And Balin's also actually a very, very talented writer. So stick around for that.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yes, indeed. So what's next on the agenda, my lady?
Okay. We are going to take a quick little break from our have a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we gonna do it up with our featured performer.
Oh, wait, I forgot we have Blue Flames, and then
yes. All right, let's do Blue Flames. Blue Flames.
That's my bad.
My bad. Blue Flames, it's been a while since you've been here, sir.
Blue Flames always gets here like after 10, so this is like new territory for us.
I know, that's so true. Like,
we haven't seen you here, sir.
Early tonight, baby. You early tonight.
I know. I usually come later.
Yes. Let's have a word from Blue Flames. Yes, you do. But let's hear what you got. Yes, we are.
So yeah,
Missed
I was
you.
missing. I know, right? I was missing the past 4 weeks, and I only say 4 because last week, there was no virtual open mic because I'm sure for you, J Rose, you had other stuff to work on. And I peeped it on Instagram. You sent it in my DM.
Back a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yes, I did. I slid right in.
But you already know. If I'm gonna be gone for a bit, it's only because I got more material to write. But it's also to take a break from me so I could get back into it. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry about that. My eye going on messing with me. This piece that I'm gonna read is called 1194-5966. So I'm hovering in the 1100s still, because I still don't post often, and I could easily say that some of those people are just flaking since my page isn't really that attractive. I guess maybe my portion of online movement don't have the same grit because I'm not fully established, so before I rush into things, I merely update on occasion. I'm about to Nick Cage the shit out of this. Sorry, Damon. Excuse my language, but damn it, let me speak on it in my version. Not by depths. What I meant was the fluctuations in context. I could talk about the 900 plus I could contact or another 1K range and dropping. In this case, it's the same domino effect and correction dead RR pool. This right here ain't as cinematic. It's common knowledge that the more you're on the green light, the more traffic you receive. And if you're not careful, your addiction kicks in, popping comments. So in my situation, I do my best not to be on consistently, trying to validate myself, working so hard for a blue check and new checks rolling in just to get offers for blind bets. It just takes one in a crew to be an unusual suspect. The typical top 10 of traits that deserves a condensed 18 bars, because these days that's the batting average. Spent on time and energy to the point where it ain't worth the response to the bullshit. Any more than that, the understatement is overstated. Building blocks get broke down, Tetris. No matter how, it's explained in any which way, shape, or form. Messes keeps piling. Route 66 in order to make the connections, 911 for rescue and protection, but nope. More revenge of the fandom menace. Investigations and the corrupt system is at it again. Hold up. I think I'm going off track a bit. I gotta recollect. My mind was gonna go 7 scenarios, 7 or more syllables a minute. I'm about to go 11 sections of this piece. Take off 4 minutes to breathe. Thanks, Pine and Washington. No big gulps or Doritos for me. I just need some air and water to hydrate my safe of golden opportunities. Bless the Lord above, rebuke the beast underneath. No car service right now. I'm driving myself crazy trying to fit these punchlines, metaphors, and similes to portray the Nina division from 3 and related communes of color that gives me 3 knocks at my pain once more. My soul is burning with the realizations of officers, medics, and firefighters 6 feet under. The ones who try to help people and didn't deserve it. The media coverage talks about the incidents. For all I know, anything could be a diversion or an angel guiding the spirit. I'm going on scorching my eyes, playing the mental game of asking 20 questions to get the end results I'm seeking. I done went on and talked about how socially active we are, allowing first posts all served, alter our reality, our perceptions, our analysis on the very specifics. And yet I try to find ways of mysteriously showing my face, post sparingly, and now networking, physically present. But anyone to take interest, even when I could be at 77% power drainage. I did say flaking, but it could also be that the accounts are deleted for good, or they're trying to refresh or pay for increases or program glitches. The point is, if I get support, they'll receive it back. If I show my support, they'll return that. As far as the amount goes, it doesn't amount to my self-worth amongst the 50 hundreds I keep up with.
Blue Flames, Mama Gons, really appreciated your flow tonight.
We missed you.
Oh man, that piece right there took a little bit for me to write when I wrote because I also played
that-
into the math factor of it all. You notice how I was working with the numbers. I was mainly working with the numbers in the title of the piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
You always have something complex going on in your words. Like there's always, you've got like quizzes, things that we're supposed to pick up and stuff. So I appreciate you keeping it at a tempo where we can grasp some of that, because it's a lot of content, which we love, of course.
Exactly.
Yes. Always such a deep writer. I love it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're gonna keep it and grooving on this Friday evening. Thank you all for being here with us. Leah Via in the place to be, and J Rose, because you already know we have our featured performer. He's a great friend of ours. He's an inspirational artist, very big on the scene and in our community. Quite fond of his work myself. But
Yes,
before we do that, yes, we got some fans in the building. But before we do that, Jay's gonna play a couple commercials for y'all.
Yes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with our featured performer, the Everyday Vibe.
JBADA, I rap every day, make it look so easy.
From the artist that brought you the debut solo album Gemini comes a new EP. Jay Bada presents his sophomore solo project titled Indian Summer, The Prologue. Written and produced during one of the most unique and impactful years of our existence, 2020. Check out this EP full of good intentions, positive lyrics, and a unique flow. Listen from your favorite streaming platform today. For more music from Jay Bada, follow him on IG at Jay Bada Music.
My son likes this one.
I like that one too.
Yes.
Right? It's like you just like kind of bop around. So if you guys didn't catch that, before we have our feature artist TJ Everybody come to the stage, this is the Writer's Unblock Journal. Jay and I worked on this and published this summer. It is a writing prompt journal full of different prompts and activities for writers. Jay and I are in the process of working on some challenges and getting some of our own responses out to y'all. So stay tuned. We have a lot coming up, and you can purchase these by going to Jay or any of our social media accounts. You can find the link on there on our websites and so on and so forth. But it's not about us right now. It is about the one, the only. He's extremely talented. He's got something very special set up. I believe he's got a feature himself joining him. So let's all give it up for TJ, otherwise known.
TJ.
Well, you know, so TJ, you know, this is really just part of the show. This is part of the show. I promise.
Totally part of the show. Yes. TJ,
how's it going, TJ?
I think there he goes.
I think he might be having some Wi-Fi issues. This is no bueno. I mean, we can give it a few minutes, keep it moving and grooving. I mean, how we feeling?
Yeah, let's go to the next person on the open mic list.
I could do a little something. We could put
You
on.
got something? You got something?
So I'll do a little something. Let's see if my live audience has any requests. Hello, live audience.
Oh, TJ, I see you there.
Wait, TJ, is he back?
Yeah, we got service. It's not even registering in the chat though.
Can you talk? Can you talk, TJ?
He left again.
Oh, he left. What you got for us, Leah B?
All right. Mom, do you have any requests? No.
You're track 5?
Track 6?
Sorry.
He said you're track 5. Oh.
It's track 6, Mom.
I will gladly do track 5 and track 6 for you.
It's too long. I don't want to be late.
Track 6, fun fact, is just as long as Don't Say Ass, but that's okay. I will gladly do track 6.
Yes, do track 6. I'm gonna go check up on TJ.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna get right into it. So this piece is a lot of fun for me because I wrote it after I had only recently started experimenting with writing empowering pieces, really writing pieces in which there's just really a lot of wordplay, as opposed to anything involving dark time. So, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Sorry, you guys have to watch me here. So, okay. Hip hop started out in the heart, Not everybody's just trying to chart. I said, hip hop started out in the heart, Not everybody's just trying to chart. I said, I remember cut telephone cables during Double Dutch. Goko Ices on the corner and Christmas on the parkway. My brother is awakening from sweet slumber to join me in journeys through park stalls and fire hydrant waterfalls. Awakening immediately, selling me on serenity in the form of sonic freedom. We wore music then. Played in those days, sold Barbies on my stoop when my girl group wasn't hip-hopping while the box boomed, and I hate to reveal it, but it was that early 2000 that bred me. LL's tone as he honed that all his pride was all he had. Relish in Ashanti rhythms, Murder Inc. my initiation, but as CDs spun, so did my craving for mass wordplay, and somewhere along the way I discovered Nas. This my track 6. Illmatic was unlike anything that's ever sunk into my skin. Saxophone seeping through lyrics, lacking breath. Could it be a combination of eloquence and rebellion? Beauty in the beast of NYC streets pumping through eardrums, hitting awkward advances of puberty. I realized then I needed more 90s. Back then, Z100 was still pumping throwback attacks. Likely because those tunes lack the expletives us rap fans lick like licorice these days. Truth is, I love me some vulgarity. It's charity, really, the power and profanity that our genre possesses. It was Anis that wrote, cussing doesn't come from a lack of vocabulary. I know all of the other words. None of them speak the same language that my fucking heart does. So it was cool like that, popping up on the morning show with Elvis Duran. Diggable Planet sank into my Saturn. I swear, rappers be like seamstresses, stressing sounds to make strange words sound silky. Minor English lesson for you fine folk. I'm a alliteration illustrator, a contester of consonants. I make music, moving mouths, making story making. Alliteration defines what I did there. The M's moving masses, making masterpieces, but assonance is another matter. Assonance means sound, rounding pounds and long lounges and houses of mouths, and I learned both verbal tricks after discovering Outkast shortly after arriving at the 90s. Sure enough, the South had something to say. Big and Pac double homicide drop debatably began at that spot, unsurprisingly so. After all, battle has always paved the way for flow over beat, fighting and hip-hop and gangs and streets. It seems cliche, but all truths do, I imagine. After all, rap is passion stemming from struggle, and struggle stands hand in hand with nurtured hate. We can get into the lessons I've learned while not in school, and how statistically drugs found our youth, loosens our chances, fought our advances. I could tell you all about how the playing field is not level, how statistically speaking they manufactured our rebels, created discomfort, displacement, false hatred, and aced it. Put our people in the ring always against one another, because who else are you going to hit when you spend all your time with your brother? And that's real. But back to the baseline we go. I grew up on Wheezy 2, Yeezy 2, back when he was only a minimal fool. All falls down, still bumps when you're having a moment. That rhyme scheme, spitting insecurity, some of his finest moanings. A pairing of old school, new school, pair pun not intended. He inspired all to pen it. I found the fondness of love rhymes of rap. Mary J. Method Man, such a classic act. You're all I need to survive. She sang it most. Def Quelly called her a brown-skinned lady. 21 Questions, one of my favorite love letters, but nothing compares to the light. Common, Casanova, trendsetter, supreme, empowering queens through romantic scenes, and all that boo loving doesn't mean I don't enjoy classic street themes, because Wu-Tang still ain't nothing to fuck with. And when that Shook One's beat drops, there's no way we can stop. Ether, an annihilation. Attorneys study that art of violent articulation. Prove yourself, lose yourself in the sport of shuffling shackles via poverty. Hip-hop grew from the gutter, and I knew no other than that rose from concrete. So there were tears in my eyes when I let that song cry. I lost one when I heard Lost Ones, and I rejoiced when I heard Lost Ones by Lauren, such as wordplay, foreplay, we all play. Subway station, Showtime shows the method pods of melting pots of hip-hop. We're all amid that concrete jungle plot line. We're all trying to make our way on time while that fitted cap flits over that hat while that boy shine. And when I was at Little Dancer's age, my brother Rigo explained Big being ready to die when he wrote Ready to Die. Ariel pulled that top down when he visited from out of town and told me all about DJ nightclub doings. And man, I couldn't wait to be at that age, where the combination of liquor and loose notes flowed freely throughout me, far away from the seemingly far shaping face fencing ends that my father protectively forced upon me. Such a rush I was in. But those fences couldn't save me. And I'm glad that hip-hop made way for me by teaching me the lessons that poetry would pay for me, the lessons that hip-hop gave to me, like rap is no place for women. It's a Stockholm Syndrome admiration that flows throughout the entire rhythm nation. Ava said, to be a woman in love with hip-hop is to be in love with your abuser, because hip-hop was and is that, and yet the culture is ours. You heard me, the culture is ours. So I spent hours speculating my being outnumbered, questioning whether Nicki exploits or empowers, whether sexualization is defense or offense. Can I be both? Whether it's possible to embrace femininity in lyricism while simultaneously stressing the dangers of living while female. Can I be both feminist and queen of the fandom? If I blackballed every hip hopper, whoever laid hands on a sheet, then my headphones might remain muted. I question this every day, yet still I can't pull away. I can't pull away. It's like every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. Look, we all navigate this world addicted. One way or another, we're conflicted by the complexity of sound and how it sways us, sickens us, seduces and abuses us. But I'm telling you, that boombox on the front stoop of in the Bronx granted me sonic freedom in the form of culture, courtesy of Cool Herc on Sedgwick Ave. He and countless others who cultivated and cooked up and cracked open and caressed this rebellion conglomerate that is hip hop. Started out in the heart, Now everybody's just trying to chart. I said, hip hop started out in the heart, Not everybody's just trying to chart. I said, hip hop, I promise you my heart. I said, hip hop. I dedicate my art. I said hip hop. That's my track 6. Thank you, guys. Thank you, live audience.
Live audience. Love it, love it, love it. Give it up one more time for our hostess with the mostest, Miss Leah B. In the place.
Yes, I
B.
intentionally picked the longest form I could find to make sure we were all clear.
Yes, we're good. We're good. Connections got switched up and we're good. TJ, Mr. Everyday Bike, can we do a quick sound check and say hello?
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We're excited.
Yes.
You got us.
All right. So without further ado, our featured performer of the night, the Everyday Bike. Give it up. Give it up.
Before I get going real quick, me and Demi wanted to just do a real quick sound test with his guitar to make sure that you guys can hear us correctly. And if we have to tone things down, we'll tone things down. So just let us know real quick. We're just going to do a quick sound test when we get into this. I just want to make sure people hear us the right way. So,
I'm gonna put Hulk good.
This masquerade of peace over primal bodies, chaotic oddity, us two figures of fire. Can you hear us?
That sounded great. I could hear you very well. Your projection is always on point, TJ.
I just wanted to check that one thing. I didn't want it to be like just a complete fucking disaster for everybody. And you're just kind of like, I don't know what's happening right now.
Just a lot of sound.
Leah, J. Rose, thank you so much for having me. I haven't performed in a minute, so I wanted to I forgot my tie on for you. I wanted to do something that was like a little special, a little different. So I'm going to start off with something real quick. Most people know this track as, most people know this poem, Chemical Kiss, that I've done probably 100 and something times now. But I'm working on a spoken word album, and this is the only poem that people know of mine that's made it onto the album, and we sort of remixed it to some music. So I'm going to start off with that, and then you can anticipate the album coming out, I don't know, whenever it's ready. But I'm just gonna, so we're gonna move on to Chemical Kiss, and then my buddy Danny Fisher right here, super talented multi-instrumentalist. Me and him have a group together called Subtle Bodies, where we married my poetry, and he's amazing, not just guitar playing, just all around instrumental. And we're gonna kind of do some stuff a little bit after I do this one from a project me and him had out. This is a little bit of a remix version of Chemical Kiss first.
Yes. Hi, Danny.
Hey, Rose, what up?
Might be too loud, right?
Probably about halfway into the rooms. Yeah, I can probably just.
I look for warmth in your blood, but instead I got a cold flood of drugs and hospital beds with scorn cells hooked to the crooked storms dwelling in your flesh. A dance in watered lung. Cancer isn't fuck all but a crook. It took until there was nothing left. Too young, a father robbed daughter and son. A husband from wife, a life slaughtered. You were a drunk. A lost man whose liver cost him memories. Almost everything breathing, sunken into the medicine. Let us in was all I wanted to scream at you. Teeming through with fear to feel no appeal in appearance without strength. Pride, always more precious. Never invested in the vulnerable homes tucked under bones. Faint from days being plucked away and veins glued over from overuse of chemical kits. Pale hues slapped to a balding scalp in an absence of bliss. This tragic happenstance, skin, a thin fabric, a phantom body rotted and withered with broken breath. Sadly, sobriety only came with the rupture of worlds and ghostly whisper of death. Now here in stasis, no basis on what to do. Doomed with questions that will have no answers, glancing in at my misyouth. Pissed away all room for clarity, no charity for pain but time. And it takes to its own pace. A slow race between my brain and clearer skies. My eyes ahead, my head held high. I cried from the start of your trouble to the bitter end. A bubble burst. Now I double up my heart from when you couldn't. So in a way, you get a chance to live again. And the few life lessons that you left never went unheard. Plant words of loyalty and truth. Proof I'm more than just your seed, but both branch and stem. With purpose, you'd always say, stand up for what you believe, but most importantly, don't start fights. Just fucking finish them. All right, cool. So that was that. Yeah, so that will be on a spoken word project that I'm releasing hopefully before the end of the year. So now we're gonna move right in. As I said prior, this is Denny Fishel, DFNY Music. You can find him on Instagram. Him and I, we formed a group. It's a poetry trip rock collaboration called Subtle Bodies. You can find us on Instagram. You can find the next two tracks are from on all streaming services. Basically what we did, I don't know if this microphone's working or not. We basically did a 4-track EP that's basically about a love story in the times of an apocalypse. We have a video coming out. It's a short performative film for the whole EP that should be out within the next month or so. But we wanted to do 2 poems off of that for you, if you don't mind. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. It's one continuous thing, so we're just gonna just rock out and do our thing. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers!
This masquerade of peace over primal bodies, chaotic oddities, us 2 figures of fire, outside of misery, sacrificial. Call me to oblivion. Your mouth is Mother Nature, your tongue the edge of existence. I'm slipping, fading, ridding the hate for men I can't be. This false visage, a covering of carnivorous living, giving in to bliss and obliteration. A wave of cellular destruction rattles across the sky to swallow night in exhaustion. I choose to suffocate for a buried sun. I fight for the flicker of light your pulse holds, a flame in the heart of a black hole. A groundswell of restless breath collapses us into the farthest waters, where we attempt to become undying in the face of mortality. You are years in seconds, and the moon tells me there is no love without apocalypse. Your neck is resurrection. New life crawling from our tired skin as the world outside cries to begin again. Everywhere is anger. The soil bleeds for something more, for something better. We fall victims to the weather, our futures lost in the winds against the shore. Let my body rupture. You are my favorite collision. I listen for the moment of our last breath. Stranded and alone, give me love as a cure for the fear of death. Give me love as a cure for the fear. Give me love as a cure. Give me love. Gone is the sun. Night is our master, and lungs hold tight to whatever air is left over from the bluest skies. You and I, striving for life in the darkness for more than the truth of our demise. Eyes can't lie, but beyond the fear and tears we've cried is the subtle beauty of our design. Take flight with me into the pitch black depths. Away from the crumbling world, give me love as a cure for the fear of death. Give me love as a cure for the fear. Give me love as a cure. Give me love. Cascading through the pits for something more than our desire. Eyes glisten with gold and crimson from the reflection of these begotten fires. Forgotten are carotid roots of my entire life. Alive are the bursting flames and broken hearts, which there is no escape from the ways the world can hurt us. The ways it can hurl us further into the abyss of our own mind. And how time is cruel in its greatness. We now see this. from our perch of survival. There is revival in our blood. Home is the ends of your fingers against mine. We are blind to the poison of civilization. Inventors of invisible medicine that settles in, and we become better than the destruction we owe us. We are midnight birds in lunar fluff, traveling over a place we could have never kept. Endless in new discovery, give me love as a cure for the fear of death. Give me love as a cure for the fear. Give me love as a cure. Give me love. Give me love as a cure for the fear of death. Give me love as a cure for the fear. Give me love as a cure. Give me love. Give me love as a cure for the fear of death. Give me love as a cure for the fear. Give me love as a cure. Give me love. Yes, thank you very much.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah, so if you would like to hear the rest of that EP, you can go on any streaming service right now. Subtle Bodies is our group. The EP called Apocalyptic Hearts. There's 2 other tracks on it. It's one continuous 17-minute love story told through the lens of an apocalypse. We shot a whole performative short film that we're hoping to release before the end of the year. And real quickly, what?
Is that the quarantine film?
Yeah. We
that
basically like 3 or 4 of us got together over July and August, and we shot a performance-based short film that is the whole EP. So we're going to release it all as one 17-minute film. It'll have all 4 tracks. We had some actors that were awesome. They came out and helped us. We made a really small film for 4 or 5 of us in quarantine. And before we go,
very exciting.
I have one other little quick last one I'm going to do. It's another one that I've done before. It's more like a mantra than a poem. It's called Be Broken. And for our future EP, we have been trying to remix some of my poems. This is one of them. We're going to give you a little taste of how it's going to sound for the EP. And honestly, thank you for having me. We're so appreciative. You can follow Denny at DFNY Music. You can follow me at Denny Divine. You can follow Subtle Bodies. We really wanted to give something positive, which is why we wanted to go out and give you love. We wanted to go out and be broken, because during these times, I think we could all use a little extra love. So, be broken. Be open. Be a slow and heartbroken open. Ignite our thaw and swim in new volition. The raw tradition of agony will work no more. Pour into the gravity of these graves and grievances. These treaties with pain. Reclaim humanity from the turbulence of settling stains. Meddle in the seeds and self-serving nature of doubt. Rout out the rot. And fill the perverse birth of pure. Annihilate each crease condemning the earth of body with deception and poise. We are exceptional. A riot, a reckoning, beckoning beauty to accelerate and exhilarate. To break back the ugliness in a barrage. Attack the mirage with arid reaches. Remove the leeches and savage leprosy of soul. Foil the tricks of minds. No longer half a universe. In this moment, we are whole. We are divine. Channel. The rest of this is not planned. I just want to wish you all a May Friday night. I really hope everybody get out there. And for real, we just wanted to give a boost of love to people tonight on their Friday night because we know how fucking weird and surreal these times are. The Everyday Bite.
That was amazing.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, TJ. We appreciate you. That was the Everyday Bite / Subtle Bodies / whatever comes next for the man himself. We appreciate you, legend. That was amazing. I did shed a few thug tears when you were spitting that love poem. So we're all just a couple in black ink just fell, you know. He said, love as a cure of what? I was like, what's happening
I just want to post Danny's Instagram, who's in the background playing the strings. It's DFNY Music. It's right down there. If you guys missed it, as
There's a solo project coming out too.
yes, make sure y'all follow both of these amazing men. They are so phenomenally. They're so phenomenal and amazingly talented in so many ways. So definitely connect and all of this. Ooh, Sandy, I see you, girl.
I see you got some Sandy in the building. I see some Lone Wolf in the building. It's looking right. It's been a majestic evening thus far, with no signs of stopping quite yet. So we're gonna keep it moving.
And if you want to know more about the Everyday Fight, check out season 1, episode 1 of the Zero Experience. I'm gonna give y'all a scoop, a little secret scoop, right? Because we got a small group in here, so I want to give y'all some
we got something exclusive. We need a sound effect in the background, like exclusive content.
I'm ready. We are already planning to film season 3. If you guys don't know, season 2 we filmed in Atlanta, and season 3 we are headed to Philadelphia to interview some poets out in Philly. So all right.
That was super secret exclusive content.
Exactly.
That was magic. All right, we're gonna keep it moving and grooving. That was that exclusive content for y'all. It's been an amazing night so far. Our feature just threw it, hit it, not threw it out of the park. He did something to it and it went out of the park. Okay, so we're gonna
killed it.
Yes, he killed it indeed. R.I.P. R.I.P. So it's looking like we've got the is Nate in the building?
Nope.
No, he hasn't know, but he might have. I'll go check on him as well.
We'll see if Nate comes back. I am a shameless plug. Gonna be interviewed on the Coffees and Conversations little interview with Nate tomorrow. So that'll be cool tomorrow at 3 p.m. You can find more information on the socials of the medias. So that was my shameless plug. But we've got Shandy, the poet, on Diggity Deck, but blessing the mic right now. We gotta put our hands together for the Lone Wolf. Hey! The Corona on deck.
I'm
You look refreshed.
No, it's Friday. It's been a long week already. I'm ready to go to bed.
I feel you, but you know you're going to bed after you spit something for us.
Yeah, I actually have something that I'm actually going to put up publicly on the Instagram tomorrow. So this is like legit new. I just finished this today.
I gotta peep that myself.
New shit.
It's exclusive because y'all gonna be the first ones to actually hear it too. So
All right, let's go.
This is based on Eminem since his birthday's like tomorrow. So I thought that I just go through album because he has about 10. So I just did the first 2. So it's gonna be continued, obviously. So here we go. This is Marshall Part 1. On 10/17, a big musical icon was brought to this earth. Born white and in Detroit, he truly had to earn his worth. Early in his career, he was known as your typical underdog. His wordplay, though, was as quick as Sonic the Hedgehog. On occasions, he could easily switch up his mood with ease. To go back and forth from serious to funny for him was a breeze. Inevitably, in time, he was ready to control the whole rap game. His music and his sharp wit would carry him to incredible fame. The debut album was a way for him to immortalize his name, to let the whole world know that the throne was his to claim. The intro, My Name was so controversial that it was banned. Unbeknown to most, soon he would be in such high demand. He then released Guilty Conscience, a song focusing on duality. It spoke on dealing with more than one personality. However, for him, his initial debut album was just the very start. The next release is when people would truly recognize his art. The follow-up program definitely had a much more darker tone. He was finally starting to get comfortable in his creative zone. The prime example of this was the monster narrative hit Stand. It told a story which focused on an incredibly obsessive fan. The critics all said he would never be able to top his debut hit. Hence, he had no choice but to denounce every single hypocrite. This led him to put out another hit, The Way I Am, to lash out. And with that track out in the world, there was no more doubt.
I love Eminem.
At this point, I'm sure you've seen how I reacted to it because you hit the nail on the head with it. You hit the nail on the head. That is Eminem in a nutshell, for real. This is
well. I'm gonna do
Blue Flame does love the rap poetry as well.
I'm gonna cover it too.
That's facts. Love it. Very clever.
It is gonna take a while, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of albums.
He got 10.
Yes, he does. His catalog is crazy. So you're gonna do a part 2 on this thing. You better do your research.
Super,
Oh, no,
super,
trust me.
super
I have
creative.
these albums on my, all of them on my phone. So all I gotta do is listen to them.
That was amazing.
Dope, dope, dope. Yes, make sure you follow the Lone Wolf. He is also has his work published in a few books in an anthology. So publish
Right
all
now.
up in here. But let's keep it moving and grooving. We got one more performer to wrap up round 1, and then we're gonna do a lightning round 2. So if you are tuning in on Facebook or YouTube and you want to come back in for round 2, please
Now is
join us
the time.
in the studio. Okay, you snooze, you lose.
All right, but closing out the round 1, we've got our girl. I cannot wait to hear what she has for us this evening. Let's put our palms together for the one, the only Shandy.
Shandy, where you going? Where are you
All
going?
right. All right.
She got
All
the mascara on and shit. Okay.
Yeah, I did it up for y'all
I
tonight.
see you, sis.
I did it up for
This is
y'all
what I
tonight.
like to see.
You always look beautiful, but I'm like, where you going tonight?
Thank you. Well, I got a very heavy piece tonight. And I have to preface it by saying you have to look at it from a spiritual format and not from a physical format. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. It's called To Sleep. As we lay down to sleep, our spirits to rest, my hands tremble as I write this. No more fight in me, but I cannot leave you here to fight this battle alone. And I have lost the will. I am weary. My body tattered and torn, and every bone is worn, but my heart that is broken, I have filled up rivers of tears. I throw up my flag. I have been defeated by this beast, this thing, but by my knees. This kind of war you cannot win. Oh, God. I'm sorry.
It's okay. What happened? Your light came off?
My screen just went out.
The what went out?
The
screen just went out.
Oh no!
Your technology just be acting up. Is Mercury?
My sister was just saying that. She was like, "It's wild tonight. It's just not."
Is Mercury in retrograde?
Mercury is in retrograde until, check this, November 3rd.
Oh, that's why.
I don't know. So, but
Just a little further away from my computer.
All right. Here we go.
You want to take it from the top, Shandy?
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, Shandy.
Just a little bug.
All right.
You want to take it from the top?
Yep.
All right.
Take your time.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, baby.
As we lay down to sleep, our spirits to rest. My hands tremble as I write this. No more fight in me, but I cannot leave you here to fight this battle alone. I have lost the will. I am weary, but my body tattered and torn. Every bone is worn, but it is my heart that is broken. I have filled up rivers of tears. I throw up my flag. I have been defeated by this beast. This thing that brought me to my knees, this kind of war you cannot win. In this battle zone, I am a tortured prisoner most days, and I can't find any other way out of this hell when you are not you and do not know who I am. Yet you still call my name, and I'm going insane, perhaps. The obscenities I carry on my back from the serpent's tongue you lash weigh heavy on me, leaving scars like a willow tree. She weeps for me. She weeps for you. And I pray too to spare you of some dignity. Protect your pride, and when you come back to yourself and remember me, I want to freeze that moment in time. Don't want to waste one precious second. Inhale every breath of you inside me. Curl up next to you and stroke your golden hair. Your white gown glows heavenly in the dark. I hold your hand. You touch my heart. You wipe away my tears. I pray our souls to keep as we lay down to sleep. Thank you.
I love
Yes,
that.
Andy.
That was beautifully
That was a
done.
spiritual journey indeed.
I love the way you weaved in all those words. I knew exactly. But when that last line, you're like, oh, I see what she's doing here.
Exactly. What do we always say?
Yeah,
What
I
do
know
we
you
always
know
say?
all about those last line hitters, Mr. Blue.
I know, right? Seriously. That's like this thing.
Yeah, but that was beautiful. That was our girl Shandy. You make sure you follow our girl Shandy. Thank you for being here with us
Thank you.
through all the technical difficulties.
Yeah, we made it. Listen, we've been doing this long enough that like I think we've grown to be pretty patient with this
Yeah,
stuff.
rain or shine or technicalities, we got you. We're here. That was absolutely beautiful. So it's looking like we're gonna do a lightning round 2 for whoever's still in the building. Anybody tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube, you guys feel like popping back in, getting another word in. You know the stage is yours. The stage is yours.
Yes, guys. Please join us for round 2. So we'll do another round. What we got? Oh, I see you, brother, popping in.
Oh, it looks like we got some AC back in the building. So we can, I think it's looking like Balin AC Blue Flames as of right now.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's give it up for round 2. Kicking it off is the magician man himself. Give it up for Balin!
Yay! I'm happy to see you, Balin. I know we spoke earlier this week and you weren't sure if you were gonna come, so I'm very happy to see you here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a bumpy ride. I got laid off, and now I'm job hunting, and that's been going actually better than I expected. So I've been swimming around in emails and replying to people. So anyway, I wanted, before we get going, we had the wax seal dried. Hooray! There we go. All right, so I'm going to do a couple pieces, and in keeping with theme, these are both for people who passed away. So I'm gonna try and get through these, but we'll see. And this first one is pretty rough. Like brand new, shit's crossed out and whatnot. So, but this first one, y'all been talking about a lot of the artists that influence you, hip hop artists and musicians, and my inspiration was Neil Peart. For those who don't know, Neil Peart was probably the greatest drummer to have ever lived and one of the best lyricists to have ever lived for a band called Rush. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial there. He died of a brain tumor a few months back, I think, and I'm a 2-time brain tumor survivor. So this is for Neil, who influenced me when I was doing music, and even more so when I started writing. A red star fell from the sky that day, and I tore my heart out to read the words you had written there, to hold you proudly in hand, to be close to you, because I can't believe you're gone. You left through the door I entered by. So much time I spent with you, I was brought up to believe that the universe had a plan, and I never thought the watchmaker would see fit to take you from me, from us, so soon. You taught me that choosing not to decide is still a choice, to put aside the alienation, that no change is permanent, that what you do is your own glory, and that ignorance and prejudice and fear walk hand in hand. You were there when the suburbs had no charms to soothe my restless dreams, when the world was a far cry from what I thought I'd inherit, when the bright glow of optimism abandoned me. Somehow your words brought me solace. You left through the door I entered by, and in that fleeting moment when we passed, forever I dwell in that moment, wishing time could stand still, wishing you could live it all again, to taste anew the fruits of life. I want to freeze that moment, make each sensation a little bit longer, each sensation a little bit stronger, each beat last a little bit longer. You may have been nobody's hero, but you were my professor, and the blood I used to write with comes from a heart I held you close to. Neil Peart, you were the anchor and the beat of every song that lifted me on dark days. You carried me through college stress, the pain of loss, the toils of work, recovering from my brain tumor. You left through the door I entered, and even though we can't pretend us strangers are long acquainted friends, you'll always be there in the limelight with me. Thank you.
That was so beautiful.
Oh my God. You're such
I
an
can't take
amazing
credit for
writer, Bailey.
If you're a Rush fan, that's half of that writing is Neil Peart's. So I can't take credit for everything in there.
So
But
good. Yeah, but still, just it's very well done, well executed.
God, I miss him, and it hurt so much. Like I said, he left through the door I entered by, and yeah, I'm gonna. All right, I've got another one, and then I want to do a little bit of. While I still have my altar out, a little bit of something for them. So this other one is. It's called Oh Icarus. It's for a very close friend of mine that passed when I was in high school. So, oh Icarus. I told him he needed to decide what was important to him. Sometimes you have to stand up and yell, and other times you have to bite your tongue so hard it bleeds. In some cases, you have to get someone above the situation to intervene. I could see the wax on his wings glistening in the sunlight, and I knew He wanted to fly. Oh, Icarus, my friend, my brother, stay grounded just for today. I knew there were struggles, that your brother's a little shit, caught between two homes. You had to choose. No one told you. You just knew you had to choose. I wish I could have helped you. Oh, Icarus, my friend, my brother. I should have pushed you harder. Always, always you held my word above all others. But you had your choice. Daedalus, he was not for you. Disband, break free. He was not going to oppress you. He would not hold you down. Oh, Icarus, my friend, my brother, if only you had known, you might have chosen differently. If only I had told you, Daedalus's hands were not there to hold you down, but to guide. I should have screamed, no one is holding you down. Maybe then you would have chosen him. I thought you had flown away, that you had made your choice final. First, they told me to sit down. I knew it was serious. They told me you were gone. Your wings caught fire, your body burned to ashes, to dust. I wanted it to be a joke, but then I remembered I was sitting and it was serious. Oh, Icarus, my friend, my brother, why did you not listen to Daedalus? If only I could go back, show you his tears. You flew too high, tried to make a choice, but even in death, your ashes are divided, leaving me no body to mourn. Oh, Icarus, my friend, my brother, you have your wings again now. May you forever fly above us, just high enough to help the stray ones feel guided. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Hold up.
Oh, you pulled out the red handkerchief too.
Hold up, man. That whole
I know you were having a
oh my gosh.
like that, but the fact that you just pulled out the matching handkerchief is very swaggy.
Oh nah, man. You really got me in the feels with that piece, because no lie, the fact that you used Icarus as a metaphor, as an analogy for your friend who passed away, as you mentioned before you got into it, and how, once again, your last lines, you got your wings again, flying too close to the sun. Now you're an angel looking over everybody. That's basically what you're saying.
Oh, so beautiful.
I love the fact that you did that. That says a lot to me right there. You got me in the feels with that.
Yes. Blue Flame meets Balin. Balin meets Blue Flame.
That was absolutely amazing.
Well, if you will
Love
indulge
it.
me,
Did you have like?
If you'll indulge me a little bit of practicing here, I'm going to do something in keeping with the spirit of this time of year and with my Borgen show. I'm gonna relight my candle here, and we're close to Halloween. We're close to Dia de los Muertos. I'm gonna burn some hell money. For those of you who don't know what that is, in Eastern traditions, people make offerings to their loved ones who passed away. Same with people south and around Dia de los Muertos, and I'm gonna do that for my friend and for Neil Peart. And I ask, as these burn, that you think of someone that you love, and you let your pain go away, and just remember the good times. And hopefully this will keep going. There we go.
Wow.
All right. Well, thank you guys. If you're interested in this kind of weird magic, I usually only do this stuff in person. So if we ever get out of this, Harry Potter conventions or private shows alike. It's
we're gonna get you down to New York too.
Yes, that's so cool.
It's in the spirit of the old magic. So
Give it up one more time for me.
Thank you, Valen. That was amazing.
He does magic with his hands and his words.
Absolutely.
That sounds like a subtitle if I ever did hear one. So let's keep it moving and grouping. We've got Blue Flames on Diggity Deck Butts coming to the mic right now. Put our hands together for AC Lightning.
More bars.
Alright. So I did some rapping earlier. I'ma do some poetry.
Hey.
I haven't done this one in a while, so I do apologize if I stumble. And before I start, get your Maverick t-shirt, Instagram, link tree in my bio. So let's get to it.
And I need to call mine.
Oh, facts. Okay, let's get to it. When you see me, I want you to get goosebumps, crawl in your skin. I want you to feel very uncomfortable. I'm that person who's going to be your worst nightmare. I make Freddy Krueger look like a damn G.I. Joe doll. Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me restart that. Hold on. I just messed up.
It's all good, bro.
Last I haven't done this in a while. Okay, cool. When you see me, I want you to get goosebumps, crawl in your skin. I want you to feel very uncomfortable. I'm that person who's gonna be your worst nightmare. I make Freddy Krueger look like a damn G.I. Joe doll. When I speak, my words don't come with warning labels. These bullets got some names on them, so I'm taking shots and going for the head. To those listening who don't like what I say, forget you, forget your feelings. Read between my finger, that's an F-U. Time to give you an attitude adjustment. I'm here to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfort. Don't get it twisted. Taking my kindness as weakness. This ain't no weakling. I will leave you lying on the pavement. Some want me to be a people pleaser. Be like, you should say things that everybody will like. You can't say that. You being ignorant. Nah, this that 2 fingers of milk up your nose. This that step on some toes kind of mindset. This that double knees up to your chest kind of statement. I'm so raw as if it's Monday night. I'm not made for your PC era. You crash when you hear the truth. The blue screen on your PC era. I'm cut from a different cloth. They don't make them like me anymore. Knock it down in your card castle. Pillars of hate. Walls of oppression. Pillars of hate, walls of oppression, killing on your phantom canes. They're drawing the chalk outline on this murder scene. To the girls who I went to school with who call me ugly, or the women that I try to converse with that just straight up ignore me, I'm like Samson with this amazing hair that I got and this amazing strength I've gained. It's not that I don't fit your type. I won't be your yes man so you can emasculate me. You can get the receipt. I ain't footing the bill. Y'all ain't ripped the chip on my shoulder. God showed off when he created me. I was born with greatness in my blood. He gave me the force to move mountains with my very faith and stomp out all strongholds beneath me. Put me on the fire, I become a diamond. If I put you on the fire, you become a counterfeit. Being vicious on the keyboards don't make you a tough guy. And my faith ain't getting shaken by someone with no pictures on social media. And people who want to argue with me but not check up on me are fakes. Even Moses had to check his staff. They're full of snakes. I'm flipping tables. I'm chain shaking. I'm Peter with the sword. I'm ear slicing. If you thought there was some snow on the bluff, wait till I bring in the fire squad. The stuff y'all be thinking is hella wild. You think you all perfect, but underneath your flaws, you got crooked smiles. You say you the shepherd, but you act like a sheep. How the hell you say you woke when some of y'all still sleep? I'm weird. I'm into superheroes. I'm goofy. I believe in God, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I used to think I was just a person with no filth. Now I soar in the sky with no limits. You can't hold me down. A menace to the game, that's okay. I don't have to follow y'all rules. You can keep them. But what you need to realize, it'd be the death of me before I ever apologize. AC.
Whoa.
Like I just said, more bars.
Dude, some of
I
those
peeped the two J.
metaphors in
Cole
there,
references
some of
you
those
did.
references.
Hey.
Oh, I was losing
I
it.
peeped the J. Cole references. Crooked Smile, Snow on the Bluff. I caught those, and I knew you was gonna do how you talk about you woke, but you still sleep. I knew you was gonna do that. I knew you was gonna do it before you even said it.
Yo, I appreciate it, man. Listen,
Man,
I told you, I
can't.
got it's just that simple. But yeah.
That was fire. I love when you do poetry. I love your music too, but you know, when you coming through with the poetry, it always touches a special part in my heart.
I feel like definitely this year, like last year, I definitely think I did some good poetry, but especially with the pandemic and everything that's been happening this year, I definitely feel like almost every poem I did kind of like in different ways just became big. I feel like so.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here for it. Here for it. All right.
I got both too. Well,
And he got
like,
hers. I got mine's in green because I like bright colors and shit.
Actually, I got
yeah.
a blue one, but every time I try to promote it, I'm always wearing the black one. I rarely wear my blue one, so I'm gonna do that more.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it moving and grooving. We got Blue Flames poet Shandy just popped back in, so get ready, Shandy. You're on deck. Or as Leo would say, you're on diggity deck. I like when you say that.
Now I gotta think of some other D words. That's some homework for our next one. Some appropriate D words, people.
All right, we save the D words for the hotline on Sunday.
Hey, hotline Sunday.
Exactly.
All right, but we got Shandy on Diggity Thick, but coming to the mic right now. Let's give it up for Blue Flames, the poet.
Hey.
All right. Now, with the time that I'm utilizing for this round two, I actually got two pieces that I want to read. So I'm going to get through this first one. Why does the latest models, the latest gossip, the latest trends beg us to compensate? Take your pick, because all this became the superficial bucket list that we would try so hard to obtain. Gain status to convince the digital ballots that we deserve the sway of worship and praise. Here's why I say what I say when it comes to supply and demand of overstuffing. It's because we tend to get so much that what's meant to be fun spoils the fun for the sake of having moments, not lasting impressions. Although for the moments became exactly that now, a lot of it feels like force-feeding content for the rhythms. You either ride the waves or wipe out instantly. Remember the member berries? We've become them for the nostalgia already. Of now until it gets worn out. The art of consumption's dysfunction to establish the puppeteer under construction. Corruption is obvious, so the norm make us blindfolded to the endless factories of distribution. Then when we see from what's behind the curtains, have we been numb to all this? Have we ever considered the costs of living through media and stargazing? I'm only saying that there is enjoyment to be had, but we just got to move cautious. Explore our options. More often than not, you might have predicted where I was going with this, so let me finish. Because I was falling into the same thoughts as a youngin'. With every body I see, the flash of materials and women on me, every rumor with the scoop to paint a portrait of me, hot topics to connect me. Nowadays, I'm trying to see clearly. Just because I got a real good look, let alone a glimpse of what could have been. I'm glad I didn't do it. No one being entitled to my actual success story. I'm just sharing my reflections with support and suggestions.
Yes.
Let's go, Blue Flames. Let's go.
And now, got my second one. I got my second one, and this is called I Don't Want What I Can't Have. Why do you dare me to gaze? Why do I force myself to look? How do you find ways to be irresistible to the eye? What's my reason here? Trying to peep the motives in your motivations to inspire the grind, but also flaunt your end results the way you built yourself from the ground up. I'm conflicted in between seeing you as a work of art and an art piece of work, where the message can get lost in the meaningful speech. Pressure points of your beauty, as expected that the tainted image can be societal. To single you out as a part of the large circle of standards to meet, the ideal you. Cause I could like your videos and pictures. Hell, I might just follow you the way you attract me to your pages. In one online book, how I fantasize to hold on to the real thing if I'm just holding on to the surface of your high definition in person, trying to pick you up with these corny lines, knowing that you'll just be too good or too famous for me. Yet I'll commit to the distorted vision, the facade and the pixelated blur. Hold up. As much as I can get caught up in your bodily snake charmer, choreo, freestyle moves, the highlighted excitement in your facial moods to really see into your portraits and frames intrigues me. My younger self will only think of the idea. But the older me as a writer, I know there's a thing of not reading so deep into everything, everyone. I can't help it though, in this case with you. Because what you present to the prying pupils as they adjust to what you want them to see, I think about how it's written on you. I ain't trying to force my way inside, but open my mind to open your heart. I'm trying to hear you out even when you're holding words in, hidden clues flowing through you, making me want to decipher. Then I ask myself, are you actually someone for me to understand at all? What's your real end game? Why do I lose myself in my attraction to you that I'm attracted to these thoughts of you? Am I just fascinated by the illusion that I ain't aware of the simple truth? Hashtag realistic fiction. And that was actually the original title.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes.
Very clever.
That was great.
Thank
We
y'all.
missed you, Blue
Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for blessing the mic first. We appreciate you.
Yes.
As always. And I missed y'all too.
Well, you know the door, the virtual door is always open for you. We're gonna finish it up with a couple lady poets I does know. I've got my girl J Rose on Diggity Deck, but blessing the virtual stage right now. Yes, indeed, that was her. But blessing the mic right now, returning to the virtual stage. Let's give it up for Shandy.
Yay! Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. All right. I'm going a little lighter right now. This one is called Invisible Girl. I look down at my feet, standing in the quiet seat. I am the blankness of this page, the blueness of the sky, the stillness of the sea. I am the leaves that blow on the divvy tree, yet I feel no breeze. I am the invisible girl, the one no one can see. She's invisible even to me. No identity, everything external is contradictory. A metamorphosis goes on inside, and I put on that special face to deal with the situation at hand. But when I go back to my quiet space and I walk past the mirror, the first person I see is a reflection with no face. I am the invisible girl, the one no one can see, with the water gently swaying above my knees. Here I can just be me, with each wave cascading a reflection of me. I am one with the sea, and suddenly I can feel the breeze. That's it.
Woo! I love that. I love those last couple lines. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Packed a nice little gentle punch at the end.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Shandy. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes, thank you for the.
I didn't get to post your info.
Yes, follow our girl Shandy. Thank you for the dark poems. Thank you for the light poems. You know, the virtual book. We appreciate all the poems. So thanks. But closing out the night tonight is the one and the only. But before she gets into it, I want to thank y'all for being here. Of course, for sticking around in our town. But coming to the virtual stage right now is the one, the only. Put your hands together for J Rose.
I love the live studio audience. It always helps. Always. I feel like I'm on stage, kind of. Maybe let me hold this microphone. Maybe if I hold this microphone. I'll feel like all right, so I'm gonna do this piece real quick. It's titled "In Between Breaths." So I hope y'all like it. No, I don't need a beat. Sorry. My son is in kindergarten, and every Friday they do poetry. It's like a poetry day for them. And I feel very excited when he comes and he tells me how he tells his friends that his mom. He goes, my mom. I told my friends that my mom is a poet, and they call her J Rose.
But that's good. Your son is already put on game.
Yeah,
about him.
My mom's a poet, yo. You know I
free
got
promo. Yeah,
Future Poets of America. Okay, so So I'm gonna do this piece real quick. It's titled "In Between Breaths." Thank you so much, baby. I don't need a beat. Please. I really don't. About to teach him an instrument. Anyway. Knowing I was abandoned on hell-bent wheels from the moment you laid eyes on me, you inhaled. Alluring with mysterious beauty, wearing just enough imagination to send your curiosity into a frenzy. Losing yourself in every peak of the ink engraved in my skin, the permanent symbols of my self-expression. You can only see me in color in a room full of grays. Walking art like this was a night in the museum, you exhale. Watching a silhouette made from the kind of curves that pops buttons and busts through seams, biting your lip, you inhale. Aesthetically addicting. All you can do is stare as I glide past you, eyes wide, soaking every step in slow motion. Quenching your affinity for the female anatomy, your vision flows to the source of my tempo. And as it marches to the beat of its own congas, hips swaying side to side, causing a rhythmic wave from cheek to cheek, a rhythm you can barely keep up with but would die trying. I feel the heat from your stare. Look back, eyes lock. I smile, you exhale. The room fell silent except for the sound of my black silk dress rubbing against my soft skin. It was music to your ears, a melody played in heavy rotation for the rest of the night. If only you could whisper your fantasies into the wind in hopes that they would reach my lips to softly kiss confessions of your lustful desires onto them. If only you could taste every word that never left from the tip of my tongue in hopes that they would give you the courage to... Fuck it. You take a step towards me. You inhale. In comes the scent of an essence blended with the extracted oils of flowers grown in the meadows of passion. It smells mouth-watering. But you've never had a wildflower like this. Flavors of my skin flood your palate, and the hunger to map your exploration takes over you. From the curve of my smile to the base of my neck and all the way down to an arch that puts St. Louis to shame, you exhale. As my voice breaks the silence in the room, time froze. You listened to my melodious words for what felt like hours. I spoke of street art and 90s classics, of revolutionary solutions and political antics, speaking your language with a stew of F-bombs, attitude, and a culturally enriched New York accent. Starting to feel your soul slowly detach like it's being snatched, you stood still as a statue with an erection as hard as marble. Wondering what other intellectual masterpieces reside behind this canvas, only fathom in your mind when your eyes are closed, because even in that darkness, you can see my light. A glowing portrait of an inescapable decadence permanently etched behind your eyelids. You inhale. Something standing in my peripheral. I turn to look, eyes lock. I smile. You exhale. Heart pounding against your chest like a caged prisoner fighting for a way out. You inhale. The room resumes its existence, and you can no longer stand apart from this destiny. One more step turns into another and another and another until you stop within arm's reach. I look again, eyes lock. I smile and say hello. You exhale and finally utter the first words that make it out of the wreckage of your mind onto your lips. You say,
Woo! I love that one.
Yes.
It's such a great
God.
You're like,
I
I like to leave
I'm
it to
literally
you.
sitting like this, like a kid
Like
right now.
I'm in
because-
suspense.
Exactly.
I have to admit, I tried that poem one time at an event, and they called me up first, and I hate being called up first.
Yeah.
So I was so nervous that when the way I ended the poem, instead of just ending it the way I ended it now, I ran off the stage.
Oh,
and people were like, what happened here. They were so confused. They were so confused.
That's
And I
you could have played on that.
listen, I
Left
like
it
bombed out.
ambiguous.
That was probably one of the most embarrassing performances ever. And I like didn't want to do that. I stayed away from doing that piece for a long time because of that.
We all have those embarrassing performances. I have like drunk performance memories. I have memories where I tripped over wires on stage. I have like full-fledged sets where my fly was all the way open. Like,
Lord have mercy.
Practice makes perfect, all right? But eventually you learn.
Yes. You live and you learn.
Yo, the piece that I did in the beginning, my very first time ever being featured on a platform was for the Inspired Word.
Yeah.
And I did the piece that I did earlier tonight. And first of all, I bombed that piece. Like I couldn't even finish doing the piece because I couldn't remember it halfway through. And I was like,
that's not. I hate what happens.
We all have those.
We literally all have those days. But it's just part of the program, just part of the process, part of the program. And we thank you all for being here with us as a part of our program. Thank you for showing love. Make sure you follow one another. Thanks for taking this majestic virtual carpet ride with us. Thank you for flowing and growing, and you be knowing and we be knowing. And let's keep it going 2 weeks from now. We'll see.
Yes. We're doing every first and third Friday. So the next one actually won't be for 3 weeks. So get your get your poetry ready, get your magic ready.
I'm always ready. You already know that.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be a big, big night. We will see y'all on November 6th if the internet still exists at that point in time.
Yes.
They better not cut us off. I ain't got time for that.
We never know. I got a shameless plug. I recently launched a coaching program. It's for social media management and marketing. I'm teaching graphic design. I'm teaching like a whole bunch of things. Everything that I do for my brand. I'm teaching all that I'm giving all that insight. So if anybody's interested in coaching, or somebody that would be interested in being coached and being taking the program, let me know. I'm out here working, y'all. You already know.
We love to see it, and she's the one. I'm telling you, she's the one.
I'm tired, but I love y'all.
Yes, we love y'all. Thank you for being here. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care, y'all.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
All right, y'all.
Leah.
Yes.
I like you.
He's like, tell her I like her. Tell her I like her. I'm like, tell her yourself.
Oh, thanks, Phoenix. I like you too.
All right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. We about to end this broadcast. Peace out, guys.
And I like your shirt, Leah.
Oh, what does her shirt say? What does her shirt say?
Keep growing.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Okay. On that note, peace out. Rose, speak a professional voice. No, just kidding. Have a great night, everybody.
Love you, baby. Bye, guys.
Bye. Mwah.